This episode brought to you by these awesome patrons and members. I can see clearly now the beige is gone. Warm up the CRT, it's time for another episode. On the bench today is the Apple II Clear Case Kit from MacEffects. Like many of MacEffects' projects, the Apple II Clear Case began life as a Kickstarter and quickly reached its goal. The kit comes in two versions, depending on which keyboard your original Apple has, so that it matches all models. Installation is pretty straightforward. You just tear down the old machine and install everything in the new chassis. But I'm going to be doing much more than that. Before we get started with the teardown, I wanted to go over the upgrades that I have planned for this beautiful beige bombshell. Some are for functionality reasons, but the majority are to make the most of the beautiful clear case. Since this is an unenhanced Apple IIe, the first upgrade is the Apple IIe Enhancement Kit from Reactive Micro. This will bring the logic board up to its maximum capabilities with improved firmware and mouse text support. Next we have the Fast Chip 2e from A2 Heaven. This will make the machine soar to 16 MHz and add wonderful RGB lights. I'll also add the Mega Audio from A2 Heaven. It emulates 2 mocking boards, an ALF card, and 4 SAN cards. And of course, it has awesome VU meters. For boot media, I'm using the Booty from David Mudimer. For the ultimate in Apple II bling, I'll be installing my own NeoPixel kit, first demoed at Kansas Fest 2020. And since all this new hardware is power hungry, I'll be installing the Reactive Micro Ultimate Power Supply, which can provide up to 6 amps of 5-volt power. First things first, everything needs to be torn down and scrubbed. I installed the Enhancement Kit before putting the board back on the base because it's going to be easier to do it now than later. Next, I rebuild the power supply. Remember, the live wire is brown, because if you touch it while it's energized, it's gonna make you your pants. I'm adding extra wires here to support the NeoPixel strip. Now the moment you've all been waiting for, unboxing the clear case. The case comes shipped in a beautiful box designed by my 8-bit partner in crime, Javier Rivera. As you can see, it is well packed. Included with the kit are new rubber feet, new name badges, and most of the hardware you'll need. More on that later. Now it's time to reassemble. First I'll start with the speaker. Don't mind the big scratch there. I don't ever make mistakes. Then goes in the power supply. The kit comes with new rubber feet. Now I install the logic board standoffs, and then the logic board itself. The speaker gets plugged in next, and then the power supply connector. Now I switch over to the top bezel to install the keyboard. This part's always tricky to get the keyboard aligned properly. Remember to harvest the speed nuts from the bottom of your original case. You're going to need them to attach the new base plate to the new case. This kit does not come with these speed nuts, so be wary of that. Enough complaining. Let's get those clips installed. Before I mount the case to the base plate, I installed the hardware for my LED strip. This is a NeoPixel compatible RGB tape that can be controlled from an Arduino. If you want to see full details on how this is designed, check out the card for my video presentation from Kansas Fest 2020. The Arduino is mounted below the power supply and affixed with double-side tape. The power and control lines are routed neatly around the board and connected in the upper right corner of the machine. The LED strip is mounted to the clear case using double-side tape in strategic locations to improve the aesthetics. When the whole unit goes together, all I have to do is connect the LED jack and plug in the game port socket. We're ready for the case to be screwed together. Now it's time to install all the cards. Next, I had to mount the VU meter. I just used some clear double-sided tape and stuck it up underneath the bezel on the right-hand side. Seems to work really well there.
Nox Arcast.
Next is the control panel for the fast chip accelerator. It's designed to be panel mounted, you know, cutting holes through the panel and screwing it to the face. But I didn't want to drill holes in my nice clear case, so I managed to work out a solution that works for me. And last but not least, the badges. Because she's not an Apple until she has her name. All that's left now is to admire the view. This clear case kit is a blast to put together. It's really easy to do if you're just replacing your existing case. Just disassemble, then reassemble. I only have one minor downside, and that's the kit does not come with speed nut clips to affix the bottom panel. The ones I had to reuse were quite tarnished and didn't fit well without some adjustment with pliers. The kit also does not include the rear panel fillers. My only request to MacEffects is to at least add the clips to the kit. Now, I don't advocate changing your case just to make it transparent, but it does look stunning, and it's a great option if your existing case has seen better days. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on my latest adventures. You can also support the museum at jcm-1.com or by going over to Patreon and becoming a patron. Links in the description. Well, that's all for today's episode. While you're here, check out some of my other videos, and remember, 8 bits are all you need.